Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hare. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jasodanandana Prajadana Ranjana. Jasodanandana Prajadana Ranjana. Jamunatira Vanachari. Jamunatira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare. So today we're reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, 7th canto. Let's see, what? Let's see, it's, what is it? What's the number? 8, 17, 24, is that it? Yeah. All right, very good. Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Aditer Dushitam Garbham Bhagavantam Sanatanam Hiranyagarbho Vigyayam Same Kuyanamabi Adatir Dishnam Garbham Bhagavantam Sanatanam Hiranyagarbho Vigyayam Samede Kuyanamabi Adada Dushitam Garbham Bhagavantam Sanatanam Hiranyagarbho Vigyayam Samade Kuyanamabi Adite Dishitam Garbham Bhagavantam Sanatanam Hiranyagarbho Vigyaya Samide Kuyanamabi Adite Dishitam Garbham Bhagavantam Sanatanam Hiranyagarbho Vigyaya Samide Kuyanamibi Aditer Dushtam Garbham Bhagavantam Sanatanam Hiranyagarbho Vigyaya Samade Kuyanamibi. Ladies. Niter Dushitam Garbham Nagantam Sanatanam Hiranyagarbho Vigyaya Samidhe Kuyanamibi Daditer Dushitam Garbham Bhagavantam Sanatanam Hiranyagarbho Vigyaya Samide Kuyanamibi Aditer Dushitam Garbham Bhagavantam Sanatanam Hiranyagarbho Vigyaya Samidhe Kuyanamibi Adite into the womb of Aditi. Dushitam being established. Garbham pregnancy. Bhagavantam unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sanatanam who is eternal. Hiranyagarbha Lord Brahma. Vigyaya knowing this. Samide offered prayers, Kuyanamibi, with transcendental names. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. When Lord Rama understood that the Supreme Personality of Godhead was now within the womb of Aditi, he began to offer prayers to the Lord by reciting transcendental names. Purport, the Supreme Personality of Godhead exists everywhere. Adantarasta paramanu chayantara stam. Brahma-samhita 5:35. Therefore, when one chants his transcendental names, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. The Supreme Personality of God is automatically pleased by such sankirtan. It is not that the Supreme Personality of God is absent. He is present there. And when a devotee utters the transcendental name, it is not a material sound. Therefore, the Supreme Personality of God is naturally pleased. A devotee knows that the Lord is present everywhere and that one can please Him simply by chanting His holy name. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jatam Palakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitam Cha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedanta Svaminiti Namine Namaste Sarasvate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pascharya Deshatarine. So, this is the supreme kindness of our beloved Sri Krishna and our most beloved Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They have given us this wonderful names, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. To save us from our fallen position here in this Kali Yuga. The Kali Yuga is full of all kinds of viciousness, illicit sex, meat, intoxication, and gambling. Everywhere, this is being promoted everywhere. Every billboard, every video program, every TV show, every advertisement is going on, being bombarded with these sinful activities from every corner. So we need to find some shelter, some relief from all this Kali Yuga that we're being bombarded with it every minute. So this is Krishna's mercy. He's appeared in the midst of this Kali Yuga in the form of His holy name. We can directly associate with Krishna. Just like one can see Krishna face to face, eye to eye, 5,000 years ago, that same facility is here for us right now. It's simply a matter of our entering into that mood, the mood of devotion. Krishna is actually present. We just have to learn how to relish that presence. Bhaktivedanta Thakur advises this. He says, Grihi tako vane tako sadahari bole tako. Sukhe dukhe bulohad. In this way he's saying, whether you're a wealthy householder or a mendicant, just chant the holy names, whether you're sick, whether you're healthy, whether you're happy, whether you're miserable, in any condition, just fill your lips with Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. He continues in his bhajan saying, you're bound up in a network of Maya and are forced to toil fruitlessly. So just simply absorb yourself in chanting Jai Radha Madhava. So it's very nice. Prabhupada has taken this instruction from one of Bhaktivedanta Thakur's bhajan and he engages in chanting this every day, Jai Radha Madhava. And then Bhaktivedanta continues this nice bhajan saying, even though you've achieved this rare human birth, Jivana Hoilo Sesh, Na Bhajile Rishikesh, you have not worshipped the Lord of the senses. And then he finally concludes, Bhakti Vinod Upadesh Ekbarnam Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. He advises just once relish the nectar of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. This is amazing. He said just once. Why only once? Well, that's all it really takes, you see. Right now we're so addicted to sense gratification, gross and subtle, from every corner. Sense gratification, sense gratification, sense gratification. We're totally rooted in this false identification with the material body. Even though we're not this body, and we know it philosophically, I'm not this body, but still we're being pulled by these the senses. Give me gratification, give me gratification, give me gratification. But if we only one time can truly relish the holy names, actually taste the nectar, is that nice verse, Tunde Tandavading Vitanate Tanri. If we can just absolutely dive into this sweet, nectarian, ambrosial, unlimitedly vast ocean of the holy names, even one time we can dip into this ocean, then all of these other desires will just fade away, getting the higher taste, you see. If we get that higher taste, then we'll forget the lower taste. We've been addicted to the lower taste for millions and millions of births, running here, running there, in this species, in that species, trying to squeeze pleasure from that place where no pleasure actually exists. It's actually not very intelligent to try to get pleasure in that place where pleasure does not actually exist. The only real sense of pleasure here is when the suffering is not so bad, then we think, oh, now I'm happy, you see. Somebody's beating with a hammer, pound, 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 and they get a little tired, so they lay down the hammer for a minute. Oh, now I'm happy. Not pounding with the hammer right now. But actually it's a miserable condition, you see. The suffering is very bad, but it's not so bad, oh, now I'm happy, you see. So we have to no longer be fooled by this maya sukhaya. It's not really happiness. It's actually dukkha, or misery, going on again and again and again and again, birth after birth. But we can actually learn to taste the nectar of the Hare Krishna mantra. This is how Prabhupada started the movement. He just wanted to get everyone to chant. Even they didn't even know regulated principles, but just got them to somehow join in the kirtan. That gave them a taste. They didn't know very much, especially the very beginning. They would get initiated, they didn't even know what their name was, they're still using their karmi names. So Prabhupada asked one of his initiates, what are your names? He said, I don't know. I don't know what my name is. Oh, you're Nandarani, the mother of Krishna. And she didn't know who was Krishna. Who was Krishna? They just knew Swamiji, you know. So they were so captured by Prabhupada's loving dealings, they just loved Swamiji. He was the whole life and soul movement of Swamiji, later to be called Prabhupada. And he was engaging him in chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. He went to Tompkins Square Park, and it was a whole sensation, this Hare Krishna. And then he went to San Francisco, to Hippie Hill, where all the hippies would get together and do their hippie things, and a big kirtan there also. In fact, Hare Krishna became the anthem of the Hare Krishna, the hippies there in Haight-Ashbury. It became like the religion, Hare Krishna religion for them. So gradually then he sent them all over the world. He sent 6 disciples to London, and it was such a big thing. The newspaper said, Hare Krishna startles London. And so everywhere, this chanting, you see, the chanting was the whole base, chanting and dancing in ecstasy. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. So it's a vast ocean. And the deeper you go, the sweeter it gets. So right now we're bombarded with all these contaminated thoughts, contaminated feelings. Even we may act contaminatedly sometimes. So we have to learn how to just relish the sweet, sweet nectar and forget all this nonsense sense gratification bombarding us for millions of births. This is like we have our cookbook, the higher taste, this is the higher taste. You actually can relish the association of Krishna himself, a Nama avatar. Just imagine you go back to Goloka Vrindavan and see Krishna and see Radharani, their pastimes are going on. And that same experience can be had right here, right now, just by going deep into the Hare Krishna mantra. Even it's explained, there's a one stage, even before Bhava and Prema, the Asakti stage, is described, you can actually see Krishna's pastimes going on within your heart. So the holy name will actually bring us to that level where we can actually directly experience Krishna's Leela going on right now. So we have to really learn how to chant without offenses. The problem is right now we're chanting with offenses. Offenses make fences that block us from experiencing Krishna directly. So we have to learn how to get free of all these offenses. To not blaspheme or criticize the devotees who have dedicated their lives to propagating the holy name of the world. Not disobey the order of the spiritual master. We know these offenses is very important. We learn how to avoid them. Whatever difficulty we have in Krishna consciousness is simply due to nama-aparads. That's all. Simply due to nama-aparads. So we have to be very careful to avoid these offenses. And when they come, you just to beg Krishna to save us. It's really wonderful to see in Prabhupada's arrival prayer when he came to the U.S., he prayed to his spiritual master, please save me if fallen. So Prabhupada is praying, please save me if fallen. What is our position? You see, well, I'm very advanced, I'm not fallen at all, I'm very, very advanced, you see. I'm first initiated, second initiation, and I go on the altar, I'm really advanced, Prabhu. But if Prabhupada is saying, please save me if fallen, what is our position, you see? If we think I'm very advanced, so we should see that Prabhupada considers himself to be very fallen, what is our position? So the real point is this, the more you consider yourself to be fallen, that's you're becoming actually advanced. You see? The more you consider yourself advanced, you're very fallen, you see. So let's learn to actually see our own faults and find those devotees who point out our faults to us. That's a great blessing. If there's a devotee, an advanced devotee, who points out our faults to us, that's a great blessing, you see. Because the more I can actually see my own faults, see how fallen I am, how misdirected I am, how crazy I am, you see, that's actually how we can dive deep, deep, deep into Ram Ras, the sweet nectarian mellows of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. That will empower us, you see. The more we can actually feel very fallen and just take complete shelter of Krishna's holy names, the bona fide spiritual master and the Vaishnavas, then we become more and more empowered to have an uplifting impact on those we associate with them. If we go out and preaching, that will have an impact on the whole world around us. You see. If we go out town to town, village to village, or neighborhood to neighborhood, or street to street, chanting Hare Krishna, or distributing books, or cultivate people in the different programs, Bhaktivedanta programs, whatever. Find the ways and means that we can cultivate people and train them how to become Krishna conscious. The more we cultivate our own Krishna consciousness, the more we'll be empowered to impact them in a very positive way. Actually, Prabhupada wants us to deliver the whole world. He told us, become guru and deliver the world. So we have to, as physician, heal thyself. We have to deliver ourselves first. The doctor has to be healthy before he goes to his office to treat the patients. If he's sick, he'll spread his sickness to the patients. So the doctor has to be healthy. So we have to really endeavor, like anything, to become very, very pure in our thoughts, words, and deeds in all time, places, and circumstances. And that will give us the ability to actually truly help other people who are struggling right now. You think we're struggling? Just imagine the poor non-devotees out there. They're really struggling and very, very heavily absorbed in such a way they'll go down and become dogs, hongs, and monkeys in their next birth. So this human life is a very, very rare opportunity to actually come, as I explained last night in the Bhaktivedanta program, we've come step by step by step through 8 million lower species. Now we're step 99 in the human form of life, which is only one step away from spiritual perfection. But if we go the other way and slip down again, you see, it's a great tragedy. So it's a very tragic situation now, the human society all over the world, and even our endeavor all over the whole universe, and even the multi-universes. It's a very sad situation that they've come to the human form, but they're going back down again to the lower species. So we have to ourselves become very serious, be very enthusiastic, very determined, and also very patient to cultivate that higher mood, that higher consciousness. What's that called? Krishna consciousness. To become very serious to cultivate Krishna consciousness. and then to spread it to others, you see. Prabhupada wants us to deliver the whole world, so we have to become delivered ourselves, first of all. And then we'll be empowered to actually help these poor souls who are suffering like anything. To help them, we're trying to make that last step from 99 to 100. And let's bring them along with us, you see. Let us bring them, we're trying to go from 99 to 100. Let us bring them with us now, you see. And this Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, is the key. This is the elevator. It's like getting in the elevator, you push the button. Right now we're on floor number 8, and you just push the button 8 and zoom, you see. So this is the elevator. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. It'll take us to the transcendental platform, you see. The transcendental platform is so wonderful, you can achieve it right now in this body. You don't have to go back to Godhead to achieve that transcendental platform. That's why pure devotees don't even think about going back to Godhead. They're already back to Godhead within their heart. They're already relishing the sweet mellows of prema bhakti within their hearts. So whether they take birth again, or they go back to the spiritual world, for them it's all the same thing. These great Vaishnavas like Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta, etc., they're already in the pure spiritual platform. So let us come to that level ourselves. Prema bhakti, free from all these offenses. In this way, the material miseries, they won't bother us anymore. You see, even on my deathbed, I won't be disturbed. Even on the deathbed, we'll see, it's a very great opportunity now to, as Prabhupada said, go to sleep and wake up with Krishna. So we should not be disturbed by the sufferings going on around us. We should take them as a great blessing, like Kunti Devi did. She said, these sufferings are so wonderful because when I have the sufferings, Krishna is there to help me get out of these suffering conditions. When suffering is not there, then I don't feel like Krishna is present anymore. Krishna actually left for Dwarka after all the difficulties for the Pandavas were finished. So she was saying, let those difficulties come again. Vipadashanta shastranta, tatra tatra jaganguru. Let those sufferings come more and more and more, so I always see how Krishna is with me to deliver me. So there's no danger actually as long as we take shelter of Krishna. And if there's extreme danger, we can chant Nrsingadev's name. We had that experience during an armed robbery in Miami. By chanting the name of Nrsinga, the whole thing was turned around. Nrsingadev is very powerful and can drive away and defeat all the demons. So when the demons attack, we can chant Nrsingadev and can be protected by his powerful presence. So there might be some questions now. I'll be happy to try to answer them. If there's some doubts, I was trained in the very beginning by Vishnujana Swami. You must inquire until all your doubts are finished. So we encourage you all to, if there's anything you doubt about the science of Krishna Bhakti, if you have any doubts about this movement, if you have any doubts about how to make your own spiritual progress, now's your chance. This is my last Bhagavatam class here at the temple for maybe another year or so. Now's your chance. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Srila Gurudev. While approaching the people outside, when we actually trying to approach them, they come from a very different background and situation. So how can we approach them in such a way that we don't get entangled in their association?
You have to be their friend. You have to be their friend. Whether your friend is from Australia, whether your friend is from Africa, if you're a friend, then you have to be very friendly and loving and kind. You see? The devotee loves everyone, actually. He's friendly to everyone because he sees everyone as his family member. Krishna is even the tree is our family member, the little ant. Every living entity is they're all brothers and sisters of ours. We're all from Goloka Vrindavan or the Vaikuntha realm. We're all fallen down here because of a stupid mistake of trying to enjoy separately from Krishna. So be compassionate. If you just try to be compassionate, Krishna will guide you how to approach that specific person. Krishna's there within your heart. If you're sincerely trying to please him, to those who are constantly devoted to mercy and love, I give the understanding how to come to me. And preaching is also a way you come to Krishna. By going out and giving Krishna, you get closer to Krishna. The more you give Krishna, the more you get Krishna. So if you have a mood of trying to please Krishna and trying to help that person, Krishna will guide you. He'll guide you how to do with every person. It's not difficult. Simply you have that sincere desire to help them, and Krishna will help you to help them. Okay?
Hare Krishna.
Next question. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for the class. How can we become free from the offenses to the holy names?
How to become free from the offenses to the holy name? Well, you can beg Krishna, my dear Lord, right now I'm a very horrible Namaparati. I make so many offenses. So please bless me, my Lord. Give me the intelligence, give me the determination, give me the purity that I can get rid of all these offenses and become truly awakened in pure Krishna bhakti. You beg for him. And I'm also begging the Panchatattva, you see. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. They will help us come to that level. See, Krishna makes a condition. I remember when Prabhupada came to Atlanta back in '75 in the U.S., Atlanta, Georgia, USA. They had beautiful, big garnetai deities like this. So Prabhupada said, Krishna makes a condition, you got to surrender. But Lord Chaitanya makes no condition. And Prabhupada's looking upon the deities and experiencing that mercy of Lord Chaitanya. He actually started crying and he couldn't even, it was a very short arrival lecture, because he was experiencing that loving mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So if you actually beg Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda, that you can become a pure name chanter, then they will give you special mercy. There's that bhajan, the marketplace of the holy name. Bodosukar kambor gai, bodosukar kabor vai, surabi kunjete namar hai, kulei che godanitai, godanitai. The Lord Nityananda has opened a marketplace of the holy name at Surabi Kunj. And Bhaktivinoda wants to take you there to get the mercy of the holy name. So that's a very nice bhajan to meditate on or sing. The marketplace of the holy name by Bhaktivinoda. To get that pure name, you see. You can bargain with Lord Nityananda and purchase the pure name, you see. And Bhaktivinoda says, he says, bargain, I'll take my commission also for taking you there. You can bargain with Lord Nityananda, get the pure name. It's a very nice bhajan by Bhaktivinoda. If you want to really help you get connected to pure chanting, Bhaktivinoda's bhajan. Bodosukar kabor gai, bodosukar kabor. Surabi kunjete nama. A very, very nice bhajan. I recommend that for those who want to purely chant. That bhajan by Bhaktivinoda, the marketplace of the holy name. Anything else? Yes.
Hare Krishna, Srila Gurudev, Dandavat Pranam. Srila Gurudev, Lord Chaitanya's teaching, one of the learnings is that the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the most effective in Kali Yuga. How can one explain that is the only effective Mahamantra in Kali Yuga? What's the deeper meaning behind that Mahamantra?
The deeper meaning is that you're getting the mercy of Radharani, Hare. The deeper meaning is directly associated with Krishna himself. Just like just imagine you could, a Vaikuntha airplane came down here to Melbourne and picked you up and took you to Glory Vrindavan. Just imagine. Well, the Hare Krishna mantra is a Vaikuntha airplane. It will take you to Goloka directly. So that's the inner meaning. It's an airplane. It'll take you, it's a Goloka airplane. It'll take you back to Krishna's pastimes. Right? That's an inner meaning. It's an airplane, transcendental airplane that take you back to Krishna in his transcendental pastimes in the spiritual world. There's an inner meaning for you.
Thank you, Srila Gurudev. Hare Krishna.
Anything else? Today all the men are asking, ladies are silent. Okay.
We hear that for guaranteed spiritual success, one needs to surrender to the lotus feet of Krishna.
Mm-hmm.
So what does it practically mean for us to surrender to the lotus feet of Krishna?
It means to be obedient. Krishna gives so many instructions in the Gita, you have to be obedient. That's all. And say, well, don't be pick and choose. I like this one, I don't like that one. I like this one, I don't like that one, so I'll follow this one, I won't do that one. You have to take all of Krishna's instructions as your very life and soul and obey them, that's all. It's like you're cooking some preparation, you're new to it, and there's a recipe. So not that you pick and choose, well, I like this ingredient, I don't like that one. I like the salt, but I don't like the baking powder. Then it won't work, you see. Take the recipe as it is, Bhagavad Gita as it is, and follow the instructions, and the result will come, guaranteed. Some people say, well, how do I know Krishna is not an ordinary man, just some ordinary man's opinion? Somebody wrote me an email about them. How do I know that this is spoken by God Himself? Well, by doing it. You see, the fact is that millions of people whose lives have been transformed by following the Gita. And your life will also be transformed. If you take the instructions as they are and you do exactly what Krishna says, you will get the result, guaranteed. Does that help a little bit? Any other questions? Here's one. Give the Guru Maharaji that she wants to add some points here. Give it to Guru Maharaji.
Isn't it the surrender to the lotus feet of Krishna means to make us humble? The humility we can take shelter with Krishna?
Yeah. Now to this girl here.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you for the nice class. Maharaj, I'd like to ask, what is forgiveness and letting go in Krishna consciousness? Is it that you have someone who has hurt you and forgive them in your mind and let go since you have to move forwards in bhakti? Or is it that you just forgive them and then keep talking to them as normal? How would you define forgiveness?
Kishore, can you help me with that? My hearing is a little deficient. I'll take help from Raj Kishore. How do we... Forgiveness means?
Is it that you have someone and that has hurt you and then in the mind you forgive them since you have to move forward? Or is it that you forgive them and keep talking to them as normal?
How do you get forgiveness? Maybe you go on doing the same thing again and again?
Something like how properly to forgive.
How
Properly.
By actually, Krishna says, you surrender to me, I free you from all your sinful reactions. Simply be a sincere devotee, and whatever offenses you committed, Krishna will forgive you, but don't go on doing them again. Like the Christians, they have a system in Catholic Church. You go to confession on every Saturday, you get free from your sins. You go out and sin again, you go back for confession. Now, forgiveness means you don't do it again. You give whatever mistake you've made, whatever offense you've made, Krishna will forgive, but if you keep doing it again and again and again, it's very hard for him to forgive. You have to show your sincerity that, no, I want to give this up, what I've done which is improper, and then you have to very carefully avoid it. And then forgiveness is not a problem. If you go and say the same thing again and again, forgiveness will be a big problem for Krishna. Your sincerity to not do that thing again, that will save you. Does that help? Anything else? Everyone, here we go. Question? Microphone.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. How do you control a revolting mind?
How do you control revolting mind?
What kind of mind?
Revolting.
Revolting?
Yeah.
Revolting mean like fighting against something, like a revolution?
So it's fighting against the...
The mind is either your best friend or your worst enemy. Revolting mind means your mind has become your enemy. Now, if the enemy invades your house, what will you do? Take a gun and shoot him, right? So if your mind is becoming a complete demon, completely destroying your Krishna consciousness, you got to really pound on your mind. You rascal mind, stop it. To be very heavy your mind, okay, you rascal mind, stop doing this. Now you have no business except to be absorbed in Krishna consciousness, like Govinda does. Bhajahu Ramana Shrinandanandana Abhaya Charanada Vindu remain near mind. Please now engage yourself in the devotional service, the divine son of Nanda Maharaj. That's the soft approach. There's a heavy approach from Jamunacharya Albandru. He was previously a king, having all kinds of sex pleasures in his palace, but now he's become a great sadhu. Sometimes he would remember having a sexual intercourse, and he would spit at the thought. You damn rascal thought. He would spit at the thought, you see. So if you can try the soft approach. If that doesn't work, try the spitting approach. You damn mind, I spit at you, you see. You're not welcome here with these rascal thoughts. Get out of here, don't bother me anymore, you see. You can try to, if your mind is a rascal like that, you can be very heavy. Pound on the mind, you damn nonsense rascal. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. That's the other approach. Huh? Beat the mind with shoes, yeah. Or with boots. Take a boot, beat the mind with shoes. That's a good one, yeah. Huh? 100 times with shoes.
And beat the mind 100 times with a broom at night.
With a what? A broom? Yeah. So beat the hell out of that rascal, you see. Another thing is, you can put your mind somewhere else, you see, like read some Krishna pastimes or, read Prabhupada's pastimes in New York. That's really a good one. What he went through to start this movement, those are really attractive pastimes. But he had 7 different places he went to he didn't even have a place to live. He stayed with the Agrawals and he stayed with this uptown so-called yogi, and then he had to move to his own little room somewhere. And, somebody stole all of his equipment, his typewriter, his tape recorder was all stolen. I mean, he went through really a hellish thing, and no money, no followers. And he went through a very, very difficult time. To read those pastimes is very attractive for the mind. What Prabhupada went through to start this movement, his love for us, he went through, made such sacrifices, after 2 heart attacks. He used to go out into this, seeing the steamship line. When is the next ship going back to India? He would always inquire, and they say, you always inquire, but he never did it, out of his love for us, you see. So there's all kinds of ways you can distract the mind, you see. Some bhajan you really like, or some pastime, or, hear a Prabhupada lecture. There's so many things you can do. Whatever works for you, do it. Get your mind off the mental platform into the transcendental platform. You have to see what works for you. You see, it could be sitting down with a madanga and singing a bhajan. Whatever works for you, or offering an arati, or taking prasadam, but not too much prasadam. So see what works for you and do it. And Krishna will bless you by your endeavor, sincere endeavor to bring your mind under control. We can go from Gaudas, the servant of our minds, to Goswami being the masters of our minds. Anything else? Everybody's satisfied now, ready to get out and conquer your mind. There we go.
Thank you for the nice class, Maharaj. How to develop a taste in chanting?
How to develop taste in chanting?
Taste in chanting? Chanting is enchanting, actually. But how to actually get to that level? By practice. How do you become a good mridanga player? By practice. So you have to practice. In the beginning, you won't have a taste at all. But then the thing is, you actually have the taste that's already there within your heart. It's like the gold is in the mind, but it takes a while to get to it. It's not on the surface. You got to go deep, 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 deep and get the gold. So you have the taste already there within you. You just have to, by regularly chanting at least 16 rounds every day, avoiding the holy name, avoiding the offenses against the holy name, gradually, the taste will come. It doesn't come all of a sudden. It comes gradually, a little bit more, a little bit more. You keep practicing, year after year, decade after decade, even lifetime after lifetime if necessary. We have to have the patience, the determination, the enthusiasm to get to that, to Shuddhanam, the holy name, the pure name, and it will come if we keep practicing. Okay? There was a question here. I was giving a nice example last night I read in Prabhupada's teachings. Some lady, she has a paramour, and she doesn't want her husband to know. So he does a first-class job for cooking, the cleaning, taking good care of her husband, airing his dhoti, everything is perfect. So the husband never gets that she has a paramour. But she's always thinking about the paramour when she's doing all her activities for her husband. So in the same way, we have to do our duties very nicely, always meditating on Krishna. It's a nice example given by Prabhupada. First-class job, whatever you're doing, you have a job, working a job or going to school, whatever it is, do a first-class job so that never could think that your mind is somewhere else. But in this way, you have to always be thinking Krishna, 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 Krishna. You see? Does that help a little bit? Next question. Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you for a very wonderful class. My question is, Maharaj, what should be our mood while distributing books?
Compassion. Compassion, compassion, compassion. Somebody's drowning, what will you do? Throw them a lifeboat and try to pull them in. It's compassion. Not that how I can be a big name by a big score. How can I help this person who's suffering? Yeah. Next.
Srila Gurudev, please accept my humble obeisances. My question is, Gurudev, we have been practicing and we are trying to be humble, soft, but so many cheaters are cheating us in this, every step, we feel like, somebody is cheating us in every manner. So, what can we do?
Devotees are cheating or non-devotees are cheating?
Maybe
non-devotees.
Non-devotees.
Talking about non-devotees or devotees?
Maybe at the work, I mean to say. At work, in the office,
work.
non-devotees.
Yeah. I have a nice example in this regard. You're working in some corporation, everybody's trying to cheat you to move up the ladder, and she'll go you down the ladder, they go up the ladder. But let's say your best friend owns the whole corporation. You have no problem, you just kind of laugh at all the office politics. Sushridam Sarabhutanam. Krishna is the best friend, and he's the owner of everything as your best friend. Your best friend owns the whole situation, owns the whole existence. Your best friend. So you just kind of laugh at all the cheating, because it doesn't really affect you, because Krishna is your best friend and he owns and controls everything. See what I'm saying? You have no problems. You just laugh at all the cheating. Those fools and rascals think they can work their way up by cheating, but actually they're just working their way down, back to the animal kingdom. That's where their cheating is taking them out of the animal kingdom. That's where they're heading. So you just feel sorry for the poor cheaters. See how you can help them. Give up their cheating mentality.
Thank you.
Next. Finished? Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you for the wonderful class. I just wanted to ask, while doing any type of service, we sometimes think, oh, I can do better than that. So how can we develop that attitude that we are the most fallen and consider that no?
Well, sometimes we may be right, It's like they're having a kirtan and nobody knows to play the drum except for me. So it's not wrong to know that you're the best drum player in the room. At the same time, you may think, I'm very proud of being the best drum player and everybody else is humble. I'm very proud of being the best kirtan leader, the best harmonium player, the best shastra reciter. So actually I'm very fallen, even though I'm the best at something. See, only by the grace of Krishna am I the best Madanga player. It's only by His grace. It's not because of my qualities. My Krishna has blessed me somehow or other. I happen to be the best Madanga player in the room, but also I'm the most puffed up person in the room. So I had to feel very fallen, even though Krishna has blessed me with the ability to play Madanga very nicely. Does that help? Anything else? Yes.
Srila Gurudev, you gave the example of paramour.
Yes.
So, but then between the relationship, like a wife and that husband, isn't it then cheating, that wife is cheating on husband? So, how does it applies in the relationship? If we, we have so many different...
X by Z Corporation. Our relationship with X by Z Corporation. I may appear to be the most dedicated worker at X by Z Corporation, but actually I don't give a damn about this corporation. I may appear to be the most dedicated worker in the whole company, but actually I don't give a damn about this company.
But how should we feel in the heart? We would know. How should we feel in our heart that I'm doing the cheating?
I'm simply here to earn a livelihood so I can practice Krishna consciousness peacefully and to give some support to the Krishna consciousness movement by my income.
In terms of the relationship, like we have so many different relationships.
Every relationship should be based on Krishna's service, otherwise cut it off, get rid of it. Any relationship with not engaged in Krishna's service, cut it off. Sadhu means one who cut it off. Be a sadhu. Any relationship, just like one of my students, she goes to college and she feels dependent on all the having relationships with all the other students if she needs help. For the students, they had to go to bars and drink. She said, well, I should be a part of it. If I cut myself off, they may not help me when I'm sick. I said, cut it off and depend on Krishna. Cut it off. Don't go to the bars when they want to drink and cultivate illicit sex. I said, don't go. Just cut it off and don't worry. Krishna protect you. She was thinking, I have to have relationships, otherwise I get sick, nobody will help me. I'd have some question about the homework, nobody will help me. I said, just depend on Krishna. Give up this relationship. Just cut it off. You don't need to go to the bars and associate with the other schoolmates. Cut it off. Does that help a little bit?
Yes, good. Thank you.
All right.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you for the wonderful class. I just had a question. Sometimes when we are doing service, we tend to focus on the technicalities of the service as opposed to the actual service attitude that we should have. So how can we make this transition and focus more on serving the Lord rather than the technicalities of the service in itself?
Well, the technical part is also part of the mood. If I want to do the service correctly, like I'm offering an arti, I don't want to offer the the ghee lamp first and the incense later. Doing it properly is actually the mood should be to do it properly. So there's nothing wrong with the technique. The technicalities and the mood are actually combined. Because I have a mood of offering it nicely, you have to make sure to offer the incense first and the ghee lamp later, not that I mix it up. So your mood should be to do the technicalities very nicely. Isn't it? Yeah. Next. Finished? Okay.
Hare Krishna Srila Gurudev. Just repeat the question she asked. She asked, is someone offended, how to forgive better? Because mentally forgive and just stay without talking to them, or forgive them mentally and keep talking to them nicely? That was her question.
So try it again.
She asked that
she asked about forgiveness.
that she didn't offend, someone offended her. So how to forgive them?
If somebody is offensive to you, how to forgive them?
How to forgive?
Well, actually, that's the mood of devotee. He's always in a mood of forgiveness. At the same time, somebody is being offensive and they're interrupting your service. You should be intelligent enough to get out of them, to avoid having to do it again also. Somebody is disrupting your service, they're being offensive, you should be forgiving. At the same time, be intelligent enough they don't facilitate them to keep making the same offense again. Does that help a little bit? Does that help?
Yeah, she said yes. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Next. Is that it? Finished? Okay, one here.
How to be really determined in bhakti?
How to be what? Determined. I've answered this question many times. Your Siksha Guru is that little sparrow. She's going to dry up that ocean to get her eggs back, even if it's 1 drop at a time or 2 drops at a time. Just follow the example of the little sparrow, you see. Be determined and be enthusiastic, you see, and patient. So I'm determined to become a pure devotee, even though I'm so fallen right now. I'm bewildered by lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, envy. It seems impossible for me to become a pure devotee. But I know by the grace of Guru and Krishna, it's possible for me to become a pure devotee. So I'm determined to try again. What is the word impossible? You take impossible and scratch through the I am and it becomes possible. Scratch, take the I am, and possible is within impossible. So if we have, it seems impossible for me to become a pure devotee. I'm so full of lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, and envy. It seems impossible for me to become a pure devotee. I don't know how that's going to be possible. With the grace of Guru and Krishna, anything is possible. Prabhupada said impossible is a word in the fool's dictionary. So go for the impossible, become a pure devotee. Because it can be achieved. Look even Jagai and Madhya, they became pure devotees, you see. By the mercy of Guru and Krishna, Lord Nityananda, it's possible. So be determined to go for it, even though you may have made so many mistakes. A little kid, it seems impossible for him to walk, doesn't it? Every time he tries to walk, he falls down on the floor. The parents say, look, come on, Amit, you can do it, you can walk. So it doesn't matter how many times you fall and you fail, just keep endeavoring, and that day will come when you accomplish your goal. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't matter how many times you slip and fall. Our time has kind of run up, so I'll go ahead and stop here. I thank you very much for giving your nice attention and your nice questions, and so I could try to answer them, even though I'm not very qualified to do that. So I thank you all very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.